Hey guys, it's Sheila with SheilaJDavis.com, and I am here today with an awesome, lovely cold. So I apologize at the beginning for if I cough or sneeze or have any trouble. But that's the cool thing about being able to work at home is even when you're sick, I can't share my germs with you guys. Isn't that awesome? I can't share the germs. Today we're going to be talking about being an entrepreneur and having a family. So a lot of people think it's going to be really cool to have your own business, but a lot of things you don't plan for is like having your family around. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So again, I'm Sheila J. Davis. You can find me at SheilaJDavis.com. I'm a mompreneur, which means I'm a mom first and an entrepreneur second. And I hope you guys are running your business the same way. So let me know if you can hear me okay, and we'll go ahead and get started in just a minute, but I'd love to hear from you guys. Hi, everybody. We're so excited to have you here, Tiffany, and everybody who's joining. This is really great, you guys. So one of these questions came out, if you guys remember from last week's Periscope, I talked about how you could find topics. And today's topic actually came from a question that was asked in a group. Hi, Kathy. This question was actually asked in a group on, I believe, Friday, and it was a really hot topic. And so I thought this would be a great topic for me to cover with you guys today, because I know it's one that we all really struggle with and deal with on a daily basis with our own, having our own businesses and working at home. And so I actually asked her, I said, hey, Lori, can I share this question with you on my Periscope on Monday? And she happily agreed with me. So this is really cool. So the question today comes from Lori Barron. She's at Hello Interactive Media and Design. So you guys can check her out over there. I'll have a link to her website on my blog, which will be at SheilaJDavis.com/Periscope and the number 2. So just /Periscope and the number 2. Real simple for you to find the replay. And that's where I'll share any links that I talk about today as well. So, and I apologize for the shakiness of the screen. I cannot find my tripod this morning. So as you guys know, there's always a little thing that goes wrong, right? So her question was pretty long question, pretty involved, but I'm just going to shorten it up for you guys. So it says, how do I manage my online business and my family without going crazy? So this is a fantastic question, Lori, because a lot of us really struggle with this. Now, for those of you who know me, you know that between the two of my husband and myself, we have 8 children. So as you can imagine, with 8 children around, having an online business at home, where I literally, you guys, this is my bedroom. So my office is in my bedroom. And so trying to manage a family and a business is really difficult. And so I just kind of broke this up into 4 different topics that I want to talk about today. So this is the main question we're going to talk about today. And one of the things I learned last week about Periscope that you guys might want to be interested in hearing too, is that when you do these longer Periscopes, there's actually, and maybe if you guys know a way, I would love for someone to tell me a way, but I could not figure out how to upload the entire Periscope. So I have to upload it in sections. And so when you guys go look at the blog and stuff, you'll see that there'll be little sections and I'll break it up. So that actually is kind of cool in one way, and in another way, I'm wondering, come on, Periscope, we've got to find a way to be able to get these to our blogs in a full piece, especially if we're going to be having you guys, I'm on iOS, I'm on an iPhone, and I tried everything, like going to YouTube, directly to Facebook, emailing, going to Vimeo. I tried lots of different ways. So looks like Quest for Success is they can't upload it all on an Android either. So maybe if we make a big enough stink about this, maybe Periscope will figure out a way to help us get these. I tried a Dropbox folder as well, Kathy, yes. I literally tried every way I could to upload the entire thing. The really cool thing last week was, just as a backup, I went ahead and had a live Google going. Let me see this question really quick, Mike. Are you able to edit those pieces? Yes, once you upload them, you can edit them once you get them to a computer. So that's kind of cool. You can fade in and out. But if you're like in the middle of a sentence or something, sometimes that break doesn't quite work. So I need to watch my time so that I think the longest that you can upload is 14 minutes and like 59 seconds or something at a time. So you kind of, if you watch your time, then you can upload the correct sections and get just the pieces that you want. So that's a really good tip. But like I said, if anybody figures out how to upload the whole thing, let me know. But last week I had it all on a Google Hangout. So I just uploaded the whole Google Hangout finally because I couldn't figure out how to get it set up. So again, I apologize for my voice, you guys. It sounds like I'm going to have a little bit more trouble than I thought this today. But let's go ahead and get into this. So how do I manage my online business and my family without going crazy? Well, this, like I said, this is a really, really good question, Lori, and I'm really glad that it came up in the group last week. This is something that I struggle with. I've struggled with from day one, especially right now, you guys, in the summer. Every 5 minutes of my little one, my youngest one is 11, and I swear she can talk from the minute she wakes up until the minute she falls asleep. And she will come in and ask me question after question after question. Can I make popsicles? Can I go play in the water outside? Can I have a friend over? Can I have a party? Can I make cookies? Can I, you know what I mean? So if you guys are having the same struggle, how do you manage it all? Well, let me give you my first number one best tip for managing your family and your business. Number one, put your family first. Okay, no matter what, always put your family first. If you have a meeting, I've had to do this before, you guys. I had a sick child one time, and I had a webinar that day, and I could not get her a doctor's appointment any other time but the time that that webinar was supposed to be live. So I got up early, and I pre-recorded that webinar. I sent it over to my friend who has helped me out. She went on there and she played the recording for me and she answered questions for me. So have things in place that you can put your family first. If your family needs you, that's why we started our business, right, guys? Is so we could put our family first. So always just make sure that they're a priority. Another great tip on being able to put your family first as a priority is we all know that there's those times we're in the middle of creating something. We're in the middle of a Periscope. We're in the middle of developing something that we literally cannot stop right at that time. Now, this really works great if your kids are a little bit older. I'd say if they're older than 5 or 6 or 7 is when they're going to start learning this, and definitely if they're older than 8. If you say to them, just give me 1 minute, then you better give them your time in 1 minute. Okay, so if you do that, if you promise them, just give me 1 minute, just give me 1 hour, just give me 5 minutes. And now you're going to have to be really careful about your time. And if you have to set a timer on your watch, do it. But give them their time within that amount of time. Okay, so if you do that, they will learn to trust you and they will learn to trust your word. And they will learn to understand that if mom says she's going to give me her time in 1 minute, that they're going to get it in 1 minute and they're going to leave you alone for that minute or that hour or that half hour. So make sure you're smart with what you say and that you follow through. And if you do that, they are going to pay attention. Now, Kathy says, reward for success, do not disturb time. Equal time, attention after. Exactly. That's exactly the point. So if my daughter comes to me and she says to me, hey, Mom, can I make popsicles? And I say, give me 20 minutes to finish this project and I'll come help you make popsicles. And I don't do it. Then the next time she comes and asks me that, she's not going to believe me. Now, we want our children to trust us just as much as we trust them, right? We expect them to follow through with their word, so let's follow through with our word. So put your family first, and if you do that and you make sure that you follow through, then they're going to understand that there's times when you're working when you can't be disturbed. It's just that simple, you guys. I mean, if you're doing a live webinar, you can't have kids running around in the background. Or maybe you do, because I heard somebody say once that when they're periscoping, that when their kids come in the background, they actually get more hearts. So I don't know, maybe if you're periscoping, let your kids run around the background. I don't know. But, excuse me, make sure that you do give them the quality time that they need when you can give it to them, and make sure that they understand. Yeah, hearts for the kids, that's right. Okay, I apologize, you guys. I have to take a drink. I'm not going to be able to keep talking. Okay. Thanks, you guys. All right. So, like I said, always put your family first, which means also I'm using a Google Calendar. So everybody in my family is on my Google Calendar. My husband's work schedule is on there. My kids' work schedules are on there. School events are on there. They're the first things to go on. And I plan around all of those things. You're welcome for the great tip. I'm so glad that you guys are joining and you're loving these tips. You know, I'm giving you these tips, and honestly, these are things that I struggle with too, guys. I don't have it down pat. I don't have it perfect. My daughter told me the other day, she says, Mom, you always work. You're always working. And I said, well, you know, it's hard during the summer, especially because I don't get as much quality time during those 8 hours that the kids are actually gone. And so at night, I do have to tend to work a little more. And so I actually work late into the night quite often. So what I do is I have the Google Calendar and I schedule everything around whatever school events are going on or whatever anything else is going on. And like I said, I always put my family first. So sometimes my business suffers because of this. But you know what, guys? At the end of the day, when lights go out and everything is over and done, the most important thing you guys have is your family. So put your family first. My number 2 tip for managing your business and not going crazy. And this is really important, you guys, and I hope you guys are doing this. The number 2 biggest tip I can give you is build a business that you love and that you are doing what you want to do. Don't let anybody else tell you, okay? So this has happened to me, and I saw that it happened to Lori, had the same problem. And I saw a lot of people in the comments who had similar problems. They would work with a coach, or they would be talking to someone else, and someone would influence what their business was doing. So they would make changes to their business according to what other people thought. Don't do it. Build a business that you love. One of the reasons we start our business, besides being able to be with our family, is, sorry guys, I'm trying so hard not to get this to shake, is so that we could do what we wanted to do. We're tired of working for somebody else. So why would we ever build a business we don't love? So recently I went through this very same thing. I took my entire business, I turned it upside down, I emptied everything out of it, I picked up the pieces that I love, and I rebuilt the business that I love. And over the last 2 months, I have finally have the business I love. And I'll tell you what, I love getting up every morning. I love working in my business all day. And I love that my family can see a change in me because I'm happier now that I'm doing the business that I love. So if you're not doing the business that you love, you're not going to be able to put your family first because you're not going to be making money because you're going to hate your job. Right? So let's see. Sometimes you have to start over, and that's okay. Exactly. Do you guys know I have started over like 3 times? And this last time I started over, I had 3 businesses I was managing, and I got rid of all 3, and I just have one focus now. So that's, it doesn't matter what people say. It does not matter. I did not lose any followers. Building the business that I love was the smartest decision I ever made. And it's what I help my entrepreneurs do. And every time I talk to an entrepreneur, they'll call me for a discovery session. And one of the first questions I ask is, what kind of business do you want to have? I've had so many entrepreneurs call me and say, I want to become a virtual assistant so that I can support, so that I can help other people grow their business while I'm growing my business because I need money coming in right away. And I said, I'm not kidding you guys. I've probably had 50 people call me and ask me the same question. So if you're thinking of building another business to fund the business you're building right now, it's not going to work. You have to build a business that you love, and you need to give it 100% of your attention. Now, the next question you're going to ask me is, what if I'm working a full-time job and trying to run my own business at home? Well, that's really difficult. But the fact is that you, at some point, you're going to have to make a decision. So set a goal for yourself and say, by the end of August, I am going to quit my job. I'm going to make sure I have enough money in savings for a month or 2, or how many ever months you think it's going to take for you to start making more money with your entrepreneur business, and do it. You have to dive in with both feet, head first, whole body, whatever it takes. But once you get into that business and you're giving it 100% of your time, then it's going to make more money. If you're giving it 5% of your time, you're going to make 5% of the money you could make. I learned that the hard way, and you guys can learn it the easy way by just doing it right now. So go out there and build the business that you love. So first, family first, always. Second, build a business that you love. The third tip that I'm going to give you today, I'm going to give you 4 tips today. The third tip I'm going to give you is to plan. Plan.